in the group. Okay, so we're live, and today we are going to talk about magnetic messaging, how to attract your ideal and aligned client without feeling like you're selling to anyone. Because the truth is that that is something that I hear a lot of therapists in private practice complaining about and feeling unsure, is that you do not want to feel like you are selling to people, right? And the truth is that, yeah, it's true. I mean, we don't want to feel that way. So raise your hand if you don't want to feel like you want to feel like you're promoting. It did the same thing again. I don't know what's going on. Either way, it's not stream. Let me see. Let me go straight to Facebook. Let me see if I can do that on Facebook directly. Not sure what's going on. I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me see if I can fix it. Yes. So I'm going I'm going live on Facebook. Oh, we can't do that either. Okay. I don't understand what's going on today on Facebook. I don't know what's going on, but okay, we're gonna do the best that we can. Okay, so LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook group is on. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I don't know what's going on, and we can't spend any more time trying to figure it out. We figure out another time. Alrighty. So raise your hands if you ever felt like promoting something feels weird, feels phony, feel like a salesperson. I have felt like that in the beginning, right? So I don't want you to feel that way, because when you feel that way, you don't want to share your message with the world. You don't want to share your message with the people that need to hear your message. So today I'm going to share 3 steps that you can do from my messaging, what I used to help me share my messaging to the people that need to hear my messaging, to help you consistently attract your ideal client, your aligned client, without feeling the itch, right? Without feeling pressured, or without feeling like you're performing, or like you feel like a salesperson, because we don't want to feel that way. We went to school to help people, to treat people, to be clinicians. And we do understand also that we have a business, right? But at the same time, we want to make sure that we're sharing a message that is in alignment with others, and it's a message that feels beautifully, right? And there's few things that you can do to accomplish that, right? And I do understand that because I've been there, right? When I first started SM psychotherapy and counseling services, I had a fear of being on social media, doing marketing on online, because it felt that way. It felt like I was doing something bad, right? I felt like I was selling something, right? And we don't want to feel, I didn't want to feel like a salesperson, although I know that I need to share what I do in order for people to come and get the help that they need. So if you don't know me, my name is Soribel Martinez. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Connecticut. I am the CEO of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services. I am a business coach and consultant to other private practice owners who want to grow, scale, and expand their private practice. Whether if you want to scale solo or if you want to be in group practice, I'm here to help you get to the next level. And one of the things that I do is to share my message of how it can be done, right? Without feeling like you're a salesperson, salesy, what people call salesy. Like you don't want to feel like a salesman, right? You want to feel good about the work that you do, and you want to feel good about the message that you're sharing into the world, because the work that you do is important. So the first step that you need to take in order to feel good about the marketing and the work that you're doing and sharing the message that you have for the world is to anchor into your alignment. Alignment is everything. Alignment is everything. And you can't attract aligned clients if you are not clear in your own alignment and what it means to you, right? So how can you become aligned in your own messaging and what you do in your business? And one of the things that you can do is identify your values, right? For you and for your business, the voice that you have, because you have a voice and you have to share that voice with the world, because it's the only way that they're going to understand your message. They're going to hear your message and they're going to want what you have, right? And of course, in other videos, I can share with you what type of messages you can share and how you can share that message, what type of content you can share so people can consume that voice, right? And that messaging that you have for them. But for now, it's important that you get in tune, that you get in alignment. And the thing that you need to do is you need to understand where your values are, where your business values are, what is that voice, and who you actually are here to serve. Because the truth is that you're not here to serve everybody and their mother. Although we want everyone and their mother to be served, they can be served by different clinicians and different providers. It doesn't have to be you, right? So you want to understand that what you value and what your company represent is important. It's important because people don't just buy a business, they buy you. They buy who you are. And that is represented in the messaging, in the voice that you share with them every single day. Whether if it's in your pamphlets, in your online presence, in the copy that you write, in the blog post that you write, in any type of content that you're going to put out there, those value that you have, that voice, and identifying who should be hearing this message is very, very important. So, step number one is for you to anchor in that alignment. You need to be aligned because your messaging it sits well with those who need your work when they feel that. And there's a feeling to it, and it's energy, right? So if your energy is right, the right people are going to hear the message because they also feel the energy, right? And then going to get attracted with that energy that you have through your voice, through your content, through what you say, how you say it, right? Because every person has a unique voice, right? And we get attracted to people based on what they share, how they share it, and the voice that they share it with. So that's step number one, right? And by the way, when we talk about who are you here to serve, you have to get really clear. Are you here to work with women? Are you here to work with families? Are you here to work with children? Are you here to work with only men? Are you here to work with women of color, people of color? Are you here to work with the gay community? Are you here? Who are you here to serve? You need to specialize. You need to select the people that you can serve the best, because people will get identified with that message, right? They want to make sure that you are the right person for them. And if you don't speak that through your voice, they're going to go find someone else. Number two, step number two is you need to speak their language. Aligned clients to they need to feel you, and they need to be felt, and they need to be heard. And the only way that aligned clients need will feel that if you speak their language. And we're not talking about just the English language, but actually you need to speak their language in the sense of How do they communicate their needs and their desires? How do they communicate what is it that they're looking for? What words are they using? They're not necessarily saying, I am looking for a therapist, a psychotherapist. They may not be saying those kind of words. They may be saying, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm desperate, I feel lost, I have no purpose, right? So you have to understand that they may not be using clinical words, clinical jargon to communicate what they need. What are the pain points? They're not going to use words that are clinical. They're going to use everyday language. And when they're looking for you online, they need to hear that language through your voice so they can understand you and they can see that you are the person that can really help them with the problem that they have. So when they hear you speak in their language, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood. And when they feel that you understand them, they come to you and they stay with you, right? Because it's not just about client attraction, but also client retention. You want to retain clients so they can get result longer time, right? So if you are not serving them at a deeper level because you understand what they need, they leave because they're not feeling understood, they're not feeling heard. So focus on their emotions. What are some of the pain points that they have, right? What is it that they're expressing? Hear people out when they're talking on different platforms about what they're looking for. What do they need for their needs to be met? So you need to do some market research. Maybe you need to talk to people around you. Maybe you can do a survey to your clients that you already serve and see what it is that they're looking for. I remember when I started expanding some of my services, the reason why I knew what to provide my clients with was because clients told me that they wanted a book. Clients told me that they wanted a journal. They told me that they wanted immigration and they needed immigration services. They told me that they needed group work. They told me that they needed psychiatric services. So I didn't need to guess what was needed. They told me exactly what they needed. Okay, so you don't want to use clinical words. You want to use words that people with the problems are telling you every day. They may not be out there looking for sex therapists. They may be explaining the problem like, I have problems with my partner or my wife, or I can't get along with my wife. I can't communicate with my wife. I have a hard time pleasing my partner, right? They're going to be using words that they use every day. I don't feel comfortable with my body. So you need to know what words are they using so you can adjust your messaging based on what it is that they feel so they can hear you and they can know that you hear them and that you see them through their pain, and then you can offer them the hope that they're looking for, and you are the answer through your services. Make sense? Step number 3 is lead with belief. You don't need to convince people. You need to reflect belief back to your audience. One of the things that I hear a lot from clients is that it's very off-putting when therapists are out there and they don't see that convention. They don't see therapists coming from that place of belief, of confidence, right? And they don't feel that they're being shown the possibility, right? So identify for them what is possible for them, right? What is possible for them? How can you help them shift their problems into solutions? How can you offer them the support so they can see a bigger vision for their lives and for their well-being, right? So they need to hear that from you and how you can be the solution for them. So a lot of times I know that ethically we don't use testimonials for that. We cannot use testimonial because we protect our clients privacy, right? But um we can show them through our writings, right? Through our blog posts, through our content on our website, how our services can offer them hope, can offer them the possibility, and they can see themselves as, okay, I am right here in this moment. This service right here offer me the hope so I can be there in the future. And you have to lead them to believe. And if you don't believe yourself that you can do that through clear messaging, through a clear voice, they're not going to be able to see that and they're not going to be able to hear it. So clear messaging had 3 steps. Magnetic messaging had 3 steps, because this allows you to ditch out the sales energy and step into the attraction of the people that really need your work. One, you need to anchor into alignment. You need to be aligned, right, with your values, with your voice, and who is it that you're here to really serve. You cannot serve everybody's problems. You cannot serve everybody's issues. That is a lie. I remember when I had brain surgery, I needed a brain surgeon who was specialized in brain aneurysms because I have brain aneurysms, right? And the more specialty that a provider, clinician has, the more valuable you become to that client, right? And it's not the same thing to go to a general surgeon than to go to a neurosurgeon that specializes in brain aneurysms if that's what you need. So he became very valuable in my life. And my trust in him grew because I knew this is exactly what he did every single day of his life. Second, you need to speak their language, not yours. You need to speak theirs, because they need to understand what you're saying. So when your voice is spoken, they know you are the right person for them. You need to lead with believe. They need to believe you that you can provide possibility and hope, that your services can provide a shift for them in their lives. Your message has to be clear that that is a possibility, and it could be through your pamphlet and your messaging and what you write online. There's a voice that is being heard through everything you do, even your business cards. So a lot of time we don't believe in what we are capable of doing because honestly, we were not taught these things in therapy school. We already know that. But that doesn't mean that you just stay stuck and you don't do anything. So honestly, all I'm doing is sharing a little bit of what I'm including inside of the Scaling Solo Collective that is coming up. It's my signature program for solo therapy providers who want to scale solo, but they don't want to be alone, right? And this is going to be an amazing program that's going to help you really scale, grow, and expand your solo practice, right? So you can create the life that you desire. So you are not just having another job, but you actually running a business. So it's coming in July. And if you're curious, just DM me, send me a message, or leave a message below this video. right? Because at the end of the day, running a business requires you to do the work. And part of the work is understanding what is it that you need, what is it that you needed, and how is it that you're going to get it done. And inside of the Scaling Solo Collective, I'm going to show you the how you're going to get it done. Because if you were not taught in school how to do it, you still need to get the tools, the strategies, so you can get it done and you can get it done well. Because you deserve that. You deserve to have the business of your heart, the business that you desire, so you can take care of your family, and most importantly, so you can serve your clients well. Because when you have the business skills and the strategies, then you can show up exactly in the way that you want and provide your clients services at the highest level possible. So I can't wait to show you exactly what we're creating inside of the Scaling Solo Collective. This program is going to change your business. It's going to change your mindset. It's going to change your business. And it's going to help you scale to the next level. Because being a solo provider doesn't mean that you have to do it alone. Right? It just means that you have to diversify your business model so you can actually bring money in without having to just do one-to-one work. But that requires strategy and that requires skills that maybe you don't have, but I can help you obtain so you can get to the next levels in your business. Share this video. If you have any questions, leave them here below. Here, I'm here for you, and we will answer those questions for you. If you want to learn how you can work with me on magnetic messaging and marketing so you can work with me before July, send me a message, comment in this video, and we'll get back to you so we can start doing that work. I'll talk to you soon. Adios, adios. Besitos, besitos. Ciao.